Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, can people hear us? Oh, awesome. Great.
Did we
Thomas.
do it? Hey.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Good, 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 good. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been great so far. That was an awesome session by Chris Gardner. Just to clarify for a little bit, so Yop is actually won't be presenting next. It's actually going to be SQL DBA with a beard. So Rob Sewell's has agreed to at short notice fill in for us. So we're very thankful for him. It's very gracious of him to step in because yeah, we were sweating there for a second, right, Thomas?
Yeah, surprise. This is what happens when you kind of wing it.
Also, Corey, we can hear you on the stream. So
You
yeah,
gotta
we
unmute
can hear you
yourself
on
on
the Discord.
Discord.
We can hear you on Discord.
Oh,
We can
the
hear you on
joys of
Discord.
doing it live.
Oh yeah, I know. This is fun. Yay. I know this is the best part. I'm actually super looking forward to it because I really wanted to hear Rob's talk anyway. So this is going to be awesome. So looking forward to
Yeah,
the Jupyter Notebooks talk.
I wish we could have got them all in. And also, the fact that we just kind of poked Corey to mute himself is a bit of a testament to how much work Corey is doing today.
Yes.
I was on the hook to do the first session you guys heard, just to kind of welcome you all and advocate for the community. And Adil is wrapping up, and we're all kind of just active throughout the day. But like, Corey's running the show.
He very much is. Yeah.
Like,
So big thanks to Corey.
Seeing and hearing is his fault.
We literally could not do this without him. We keep talking about how much like bringing him on was the most important part of this. So let's just keep talking about Corey because he's muted anyway. So he won't say anything.
We either have to just commit to pumping him up this entire time, or we need to stop right now before he gets an ego.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. So one thing I will mention, we had a question in from Stevie specifically, who's when his chat's coming up. So he did ask about where a question is going to come in. Are they coming in via Zoom chat? Or are they going to come in via Twitch? So I think that's going to be specifically via either the streaming channel or the Twitch chat. That we're sticking with that, right, Thomas?
Yeah, right. And those are bridged, so
Thank
you'll
you.
either get.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So either put your questions in the Twitch chat or in the streaming channel on the Slack PowerShell, like on the Slack Discord PowerShell, and then yeah, we can either funnel those questions over to them by asking, or they'll see them. It's a little bit freeform, and we'll kind of just work it out.
Yeah, we're learning as we go. So hi, hello to everyone on the streaming channel, by the way. Hi, Adam. Thanks for tuning in. So very cool of Joel to do that. So Jay, cool. Thank you so much for bridging streaming, because that's super cool. Just another way people can get on here. And again, with that, everybody join PowerShell, Slack, and Discord. This is where this all started. So this is kind of
the links are aka.ms/PS Discord or PS Slack, depending on if you have a preference for the client. But they're bridged, so you're good either way.
And so yeah, that it'll work either way. And I know that possibly presenters won't be able to see that fine. So we're going to kind of see if we can get those questions over, either have Corey come in with them, or find another way to do it. I know that Stevie's blowing up my chat right now with questions about it, and I'm kind of talking on stream right now, dude. So let's talk about this after.
Question: what's the topic of the next talk from the CLL guy? Jupyter.
Jupyter Notebooks,
interactive notebooks with Rob. So yeah, Yap isn't going to be able to join us, which is unfortunate, but we got Rob instead for a topic I'm equally excited about. The Jupyter.NET interactive notebooks are looking really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy how much you can do with those now, in terms of it's a great way to document a lot of code, right? I mean, if you can quickly run it in the process of just clicking on the doc, that's pretty slick. Looking forward to learning more about it.
And you all just have to go learn debugging somewhere else.
I think Yap might actually record it and send it later too. So You did mention.
Yeah, there's also and we're not committing to anything by saying this, but there's been talk of like, hey, we had enough proposals that maybe we could run another one of these. And so now that you're like well, it's basically like a session and a half. I don't know if mine really counts. Would you guys be interested in like if this was a regular thing, like if we did these kind of from time to time? Like I don't know about cadence, but it's not going to be like weekly or it might consider like a couple times a year, quarterly maybe. I'm seeing the chat. I'm a little bit behind the
Yeah,
chat.
no, it looks like people are saying that, and I think we talked about it briefly before. And it's also kind of like we also want to be respectful of other people's time zones too, right? So there was talk also about possibly having one more with the EU time zones, possibly
Yeah,
BST or something.
Corey doesn't mind running these at New Zealand time.
Yeah, totally. Let's volunteer.
Michael Lombardi
Yeah.
says daily, please. Well, if he wants to, if he's going to commit to being at each and every one of them, then I don't see why not. And by being at them, I mean speaking at them.
Not just kicking people off of when they're done their time. Speaking of, I think we're coming up to the next.
Yeah, we sure are. The next one's scheduled to start at 6 minutes from now, I think. Oh no, I've got the wrong time. Yeah, well, 6 minutes from right now. The clock just changed for me.
Okay, 6 minutes. Awesome, great. I will say, because I've been trying to keep up with the chat. So James did have that comment to say, Thomas, that your audio is low, and I don't know what we're trying to improve that, James. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, kind of working with the equipment we've got in our homes. So hopefully it's a little bit better now. I could just speak more loudly.
Yeah, this sounds good.
Work with the volume slider God gave you. Just shout.
Okay, so Justin said it's fine. So I think we're okay.
Brett says Thomas only has a potato. Brett, I'd love if I had a potato.
Pretty much always has a potato, right? Like, you remember when Thomas was talking about being on PowerShell Live and streaming all the time? Remember that when that happened, guys? That was like a year or two ago, and then he just always blames his laptop. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember that.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up real quick because Corey's gonna hop in a second and say that I don't stream at all on PowerShell Live. So
yeah, remember when we could play this game both ways. Who was it? How many stream decks do you own, and how much streaming do you do? Like how many hours of streaming? How many hours of streaming do you have on that stream deck?
0 hours of streaming, sir, and that's unfortunate. But it's I'm still waiting to set up that perfect setup. I just need that. I need that GPU, man.
I've discovered a concern, and that concern is that this is only the first break that we're chatting through, and we're already roasting each other.
Yeah.
And
so
we've got like a handful more breaks to do here.
Yeah.
And if we keep at it like this, we're gonna run out of material. I'm not worried about people thinking like, oh, what are you fighting with each other? Right? I'm worried about running out of dirt.
Yeah, no, I don't think we will actually. Like, generally, we don't. You and me don't have a problem talking endlessly, so usually not a problem there. But I think we'll come up with stuff. I think if it was just stuff that you need to roast me on, I think you have enough material to go all day.
If you have dirt on Adil that you don't mind sharing anonymously, then please feel free to message me on. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no one from Chocolatey respond to him because there's far too much material there.
You know what? One of the biggest things I'm realizing I'm missing about the PowerShell and DevOps Summit is I don't get any new stickers like that.
I know
the slide in my session that had the stickers and stuff on it. That was the sticker haul that I got for last year's summit, and I realized, well, I'm not going to have that this year. We're not going to have any brand new cool shiny stickers.
Man, I have to be honest with you guys. Like, I have stacks of stickers that I basically printed. Like, me and Thomas got in on pretty much every sticker deal for the last couple of months just to build up enough stickers for Summit.
I have like a FedEx It's not 8.5 by 11. It's like 8.5 by 14, like legal
Mm-hmm.
size FedEx
Mm-hmm.
envelope
Yep.
that I
Yep.
can't even close because it's got so
Yeah.
many stickers that I'm just trying to give away to people. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I guess we'll wait.
I was kind of toying with the idea of doing a mail out, like, but the thing is, it just gets so expensive from here in Canada to get it out to all you peeps. Like, there's
Yeah,
like definitely like Matthias, Brock, Joel's, and all Chris's, and all the people like we normally send stuff out to. We do send them out when we can, but it's sort of like it adds up real quick, folks.
yeah, I was toying with a similar idea, and I ended up deciding, well, no, it's not gonna work. Like, I just called it off.
Because like the one thing that would break your bank is probably Josh King over in New Zealand, like sending him stuff.
Yeah, like I thought about everything from like cash on delivery
Mhm.
to like prepaid or something, and it's just like it seems like I don't feel good about any of those options, and like that's not
Yeah,
the spirit of what we're trying to do or anything. But we're also not trying
agreed.
to
Yeah.
start shipping stickers all over the world, because like if it was like we were shipping like if we were shipping insulin or something, then yeah, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter what it costs.
Mhm.
But like just
Mhm.
for stickers, like stickers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up! I gotta stop chatty Cathy over here. Are we not coming up for a stream?
I think we are. Got a
Nine
couple of
fifteen.
minutes.
Yeah.
We're
Is
just
it
kind
nine
of
fifteen?
doing what we're doing until Corey cuts us off.
There you go.
And yeah, 9:15.
Okay, cool. So it looks like it's 9:14 now. Are we ready to go, Corey? Did we shut up? Just cut us off whenever you want.
Corey says they're ready.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Well, guys, enjoy the next stream. Looking forward to Rob's talk, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
Yeah, talk to you.
Oh, does he have a hard out at 10? Okay, fair enough. So, Thomas, sounds like we're on stream now.
Hello. We're back.
Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Sorry, Rob. I know you were going to get your little kitty cats, but we're hopping right on into the next streams. We have a schedule to keep to, unfortunately. Thomas, you there?
Yep, sure am. And huge thank you to Rob for stepping up and filling in. He wasn't originally scheduled to appear today, but due to some scheduling issues, he valiantly rescued us from an awkward explanation of what we were doing instead.
For sure. And he still totally delivered in terms of those Jupiter books. I definitely know I'm going to go play with that now after this.
Yeah, absolutely. So a question, everything okay with you? Yeah, as far as we know, he's all good. He just had some urgent personal business to attend to. I don't know what he's got going on, and if I did, I wouldn't spread it. But he's just not able to make it today. And so luckily, Rob stepped in and gave an excellent session on Jupiter.
For sure. And we're kicking right along. I know that Rob had mentioned that he didn't know who was coming up next. So are we going to do a little bit of an introduction there,
Yeah, we
Thomas?
got Justin coming up next with PowerShell 7 new stuff. I haven't seen this session of his, but I've heard it's excellent. Not to
Yeah,
build
and
it up
actually,
too much.
I'm sure it will be. And also, Justin's been very active in the chat all morning, so it's been very cool to have him in there. Did you checked out his MS Terminal settings stuff? It's pretty slick.
Yeah, I was the guy who presented right before him
Oh
when
yeah.
he did a session on that. I guess it was 2 weeks ago,
Mhm,
and yeah, that was a really cool session. He's done lots of cool stuff there.
mhm.
So I'm excited to see this one from him too.
Rock on. I can see that Corey is currently changing the title for the next slide. Look at that. Everything's going on live in the stream, in the chat.
If you see a typo, you can mention it in the chat for a chance to win. No.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. Actually, Rob is posting in the chat, which is good. He did mention about the questions in the chat, right? And that's the tough part that we're trying to balance right now. So it's something we're looking at, possibly for the next sessions. So we're looking to try and have a solution where we can collect questions for users to answer in the Q&A. But yeah, sit tight. We definitely are thinking about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't necessarily realize you need a solution for it until you need a solution for it. And so you end up going, well, people can look at the chat and answer the questions. And then wait a second, people are working from home on a laptop full screened and not looking at the chat.
Yeah, pretty much. So either we have Corey have another responsibility, which is shouting chat questions out at people, which I don't think he wants to do because he's already got.
Yeah, I don't think we need to sign him up for any more duties, but yeah, if and when we do another one of these, then we'll have some answers.
I kind of feel like we could have other things going on too. Like I think we need a cat fact bug specifically for the chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should contract Tyler to make one for us. We should start a commission for that.
Yeah, no, let's can we get a hold of Tyler? What's he doing right now?
I don't know, but he's not doing it over here, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, good old Tyler. One of the original founders of Pacific Northwest PowerShell user group, by the way. We are missing him here.
Yeah, Stevie's absolutely right. Don't you dare out null cat facts. You have to put those to the host, to the console, to verbose, debug. You put it to every output stream because you can never have enough cat fact.
So this is an interesting thing that that Mike Sonata is posting in the chat. He was mentioning, can people use the hashtag @question and capture those chats? I don't know. That's a good question. Probably beyond my Twitch abilities.
Yeah, I understand most of those words, just not in the order he put them in. I don't know what that means.
If you'd like to write something,
running the stream.
We are Twitch ignorant for sure.
Yeah, we have some plans on what we're going to do with the PowerShell team at not next session, but after Justin. We've got the PowerShell team joining us for open discussion and Q&A. So we've got some ideas on what we're doing with them, but definitely some area to improve in the just kind of individual presenter taking questions at the end of their session area.
For sure, yeah. I still think we should just make Corey do it and shout out questions. You know.
I'm open to it, and I don't hear him saying not to. So I also don't want him to mess with his audio settings too much in order to come and tell us. So maybe we shouldn't tempt fate.
Yeah, that's probably true. We've had enough juggling that we're doing in the middle of all this, so it's definitely one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna have to go back, and you and me are definitely gonna have to go back and watch some of this stuff again because we're running around between presentations a little bit too.
Justin's in the chat saying for his session he has a helper to call out questions.
Oh wow, fancy, Justin.
That's pretty good forward thinking, Justin.
Must be nice. I wish I had a helper to do things. Oh wait, that's Corey.
I was gonna say, did we not offload enough things to Corey?
I think not. I think maybe he can handle one or two more things. What do you guys think? Let's sound off in the chat and see what people think. Should Corey do more things? I don't think Corey has enough things he's doing.
You know what we should really do is we should ask Corey to figure out how to put a poll in the chat to ask if Corey has enough things to do.
Yes, I think that would be great. Free Corey. Some Chris
he's free after 5:30.
He's not enslaved. He did this of his own accord. He signed up. We did not force him, did we? Did we, Thomas?
Well, so he agreed, but if I remember correctly, the way he agreed to it was without knowing what he was agreeing to.
That is true. We did not give him an option to back out. So there's that. But we had his best interest at heart.
Yeah, and we had all of your best interests at heart too, which is really what's important here.
Yeah, the community, the Trump's individual needs, right? That's funny. Free Corey is the new sad Joey. I like that one. I don't think anything can be. I don't think anything can be the new sad Joey. The sad Joey remains.
I love that that was just organic too. Like that was just a candid picture. I think Steve took that on like the flight back from
Yeah,
PSConf
Steve Lee.
EU a couple of years ago,
Mhm,
and I don't know if I was the first, but I definitely like did it originally. I didn't see anyone else do it. Just took it
mhm,
into like a meme generator thing where you upload your own picture, and I don't
mhm.
even remember what I wrote, but then it took off from there.
Yep, pretty much. People were memeing the shit out of it, and then the T-shirts came. I think was that Matthias?
Yeah, that was either Matthias or Walter. I don't remember.
One of
We're
those
gonna
two
have
are
to
always up
ask
to no good.
Joey about it quickly at 11 Pacific when we have the team on.
Do you know what? Do you know what this community needs? Not what we deserve, but what we need.
What's that?
Is we need that to make it in Don's PowerShell history book, the history of Sad Joey. I feel like that's an important piece of PowerShell history.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve maybe like a whole chapter, but it at least deserves a mention. Maybe like a 5 sentence paragraph somewhere in there.
Yeah, that would be fair. I'd be acceptable, but I definitely think it needs to be marked in the history of PowerShell for sure.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I'm just gonna like track down physical copies of the book and put Sad Joey stickers in it, and I don't think that's as
Yeah.
productive a solution.
No, but then also more stickers. So really, there's never a bad idea. I mean, the answer to everything can be more stickers.
Yeah, like I'm sitting on probably 50 or 60 Sad Joey stickers that I got during
Oh
one of
yeah.
the sticker mule deals, and I was super excited to start giving those out. I don't even remember if I told folks that I had them because I wanted them to be a surprise.
Oh, that's funny. No, I definitely remember when we were those too, and we've ordered a few times. Like we've ordered that graphic a few times, but it's sort of like it never gets old, right? It's one of the most popular stickers. So we're just gonna talk about stickers the whole time because we can't pass them out.
Yeah, like if we were hungry, we'd talk about food, but we're not, so we're talking about stickers. Like you can tell what's on our minds.
Yep, exactly. And you know that Corey's gonna cut us out any second. I think it's 10:10 now, and time for the
Yeah,
next
it's
talk.
time
Corey,
for Justin.
there he is. There he is. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Well, see you guys in the next intro or interlude. Bye.
Good luck, Justin. Have fun. Well, let's
Okay.
just go there.
Okay. Okay. Corey, you got to start the call, dude. You got to start the Zoom call so we can join. Hello. Are we on stream? What are we doing?
Howdy.
Okay. We are. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love the PowerShell team is so engaging and participatory in community events like this. They do such a great job of being connected. I think that's a bigger trend in among like product teams at Microsoft lately, to really focus on their community involvement, and not just like advocates, but PMs and engineers and stuff as well. But the PowerShell team has been doing a phenomenal job of it for a long time, and so that's terrific to have them on and get some questions answered.
Yeah, thank you everyone for submitting your questions. That was really great. So I did archive them, so we'll look and see if we can pull them out in some way. But I think we did a really good job of getting through quite a few of those questions.
Yeah, I got told my mic is much louder now than before. I switched devices.
Oh.
I hope this is not too loud.
No, it sounds great.
Okay, right on.
It's just that people have to play with your levels all the time in here.
Well, I gotta keep them on their toes.
Okay, cool. Rock on. So that was really, really well done, and I enjoyed all that feedback there. But next coming up is Jakob, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's new in Pester 5. Are we ready for Jakob?
That's going to be a big one. There's a lot of cool things from what I hear. People have bookmarked that event. Corey, are we ready to go? Or what time do we start? Now, right?
Nowish, yeah.
Drum roll, please. Corey, do we fill this time? Guys,
Well,
we go back
somebody
to
should.
sticker talk? Okay, cool.
Off we go.
Bye.
I guess that's us now.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That was awesome.
Just waiting to see if we're live or not.
Yeah.
I think we are. Yeah, Pester. Frick, man. There is so much to know. But
Yeah.
I would almost say that in terms of importance to like PowerShell developer ecosystem, Pester's probably the most important module that the PowerShell team doesn't make.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm surprised that they don't own it.
Yeah, I wonder. I used to wonder about that, but I think it's got such a rich community history that it just doesn't make sense that way. I'm not sure.
I do get it, but it's sort of like one of those things where it's like when Jakob got that job at Microsoft, I was kind of wondering about, curious to be like, oh, okay, does that mean Pester is now part of? Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to end up being. Yeah, he's on the PowerShell team, but no, he's doing other cool things for. I don't remember if he said what team he's working for, but it's not the PowerShell team.
Yeah, for sure. So I just want to address a couple things while we have everybody's attention between the chats. So one of the big ones is the Q&A. So for the speakers that do have a Q&A or in time for a Q&A, we ask that you ask those questions in that PowerShell.ca/Q&A link, if possible. It kind of helps us aggregate those questions. And then what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to kind of take, because of that way that tool is with archiving the questions, we're going to just take a screenshot of those questions and pass it on to the presenter, and then they can go ahead and get those answers out to you in whatever way they can. In the case of Jakob, I'm probably going to put those into as a screenshot to the testing channel, if that makes sense. And then
he's active there, and I'm sure by now everyone here is signed up. But if you go to aka.ms/PS Discord or PS Slack, you can join the bridged network, and there's a testing channel on there where you can learn a whole bunch about testing.
I'm just sticking the screenshot in there now. I know screenshots are not the best way to capture this, but that's the way that I have now before I archive.
It's better than how we were capturing them before.
Yeah.
Which is we weren't.
We weren't, yeah. Very much so. I do know that. So Paul Broadwith is coming up now with the Chocolatey Talk, which is pretty cool. Fellow colleague of mine, also lead of our operations at Chocolatey, and also a PowerShell MVP, or what is it now, Thomas? Cloud Data Center Management.
Yeah, Cloud and Data Center Management, I think is what that's what I was before. I had to give up my MVP status to join Microsoft. I don't think they've changed it since then.
Nope, not so much. But yeah, so Paul, I'm not sure if he will have time. We can check with him, but I do know that Steven Valdinger after that, Stevie is coming up, and Stevie Coaster, as you know, he actually does want a Q&A time, have a Q&A part of his talk, so he will be using that one. So go ahead and use the Q&A if you can, because it's a lot easier way for people to gather questions, and people can also vote on questions there. So that's kind of cool. So you can kind of vote up a question that you really want answered.
And what about IRC? No love. It only like IRCs. For those who don't know, not like Slack or Discord with multiple channels. Insofar as I don't know, it's weird to explain. Like obviously, there's multiple channel IRC networks, but there isn't a PowerShell testing IRC channel that I'm aware of. There isn't like just join the Slack or Discord.
Yeah,
I can only use the word network and channel so many times. And trying to explain that.
No, it's a tough one too, because I mean, IRC is like definitely one of those things where it's like there's cross compatibility with a lot of things. Like even Twitch chat can be bridged with IRC, right? And so in terms of bridging, it's very powerful. But in terms of like actual chat clients that have a little more interactability, quick screenshotting, quick emojis, all that other stuff working really well.
Code formatting.
Yeah, code formatting. There's the thing. Code blocks that don't break
paste a block of text and see what happens.
That doesn't break the actual channel. Yeah. That's nice to have. I will say that most of us on the Slack and Discord for Bridge that we're talking about on the PowerShell Slack and Discord, we have moved over to Discord just because there's a lot of little things like history that we do like in on the Discord platform.
Yeah, the Slack has a limited history, but Discord keeps it forever, which is super handy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the emoji support on Discord, just legit. Way better. And Discord had dark theme for a lot longer than Slack has.
Way longer, yeah. I think Slack was only in recent history that, unless you use that hack that me and Ryan were using. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had to redo that every time you had a update.
Plus, couldn't you all just use like 7 or 8 more chat clients installed? Like, how many of you walk around? You wake up each day going, "Oh, I wish I could install 3 or 4 new chat clients."
I know, that's what I need in my life. I need another chat client.
Yeah.
I have to say though, I have relegated Slack a lot of times to the web client just because it's a little bit easier to maintain. But I know plenty of people who use Slack at work. They don't have the ability to have Discord client installed because maybe they don't have admin permissions on their work thing. I'm looking squarely at John Janelle. Yeah,
I would never suggest we take Slack away from anybody. I just tend to prefer Discord.
But even those people often will load Discord in the browser just for that reason. So it's all doable. Come give into the dark side.
Literally dark theme.
Dark theme. Is that Gilbert in the chat? I think that's Gilbert.
Is it?
Yeah. Is that Gilbert from Facebook, Gilbert? I think so. If we call out his name a few more times, maybe he'll answer.
Yeah, well, there's a small delay between us talking and what we see in the...
That's true.
Yeah, there you go. It is.
There it is. Yeah. Brock chimed in too. Awesome. The system works. What time is our...
AOL Instant Messenger is the chat. Yeah, if you're that antisocial,
What's that? Oh, hold on. Oh, I see it.
Pigeon.
Oh, that's funny. Pigeon. Oh, remember ICQ? You used to get that little message that went, oh.
Yeah,
I never.
People keep bragging about like, oh, I had a 5-digit. I didn't, but I remember using ICQ and preferring MSN Messenger.
MSN Messenger was legit, but it was sort of funny. I was way later until I realized that the acronym ICQ also sounded like I seek you, like I'm seeking.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
You didn't
I didn't know
realize that one?
I didn't know that. No.
Well, sometimes the idea airplane has to circle the brain airport a couple times before it gets permission to land. So
yeah.
that's
Sometimes
okay.
you're this much years old when that happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I see Josh King in the chat. How are you holding up, man? Like
Josh, wow.
it must
New
almost be
Zealand time.
daylight where you're at.
Yeah, I never know what time it is for him. It's like 5 a.m. usually. Trillion for life. Funny, Justin. Funny.
Oh, I remember using Trillion too.
Yeah, it was
And,
meant to be the one chat client to rule them all, but yeah, then it never matured. I'm throwing shade, but
And then about 11 different things for like playing online games in the mid 2000s.
oh, for sure. Remember, like, is it TeamSpeak? TeamSpeak was a thing, right?
Yeah, TeamSpeak was a thing. I'm trying to remember the other one. TeamSpeak. Oh, Ventrilo.
Yes. What but is Pigeon is still around, right? Open source project.
Is it? I haven't kept up with it.
I knew it was on
been relevant.
Linux and it was very like still active. I only know because Corey has a bunch of stickers on his laptops. Pigeon. Maybe Corey could answer that.
Maybe.
No, Corey wants us to kick us off now because it's almost time.
Yeah, I think Corey's ready to put Paul on
Mm-hmm.
so we can learn about something valuable.
So our 5-minute podcast is ending. Okay, bye.
Hello. Back again.
I find it works
amuse you
much
and
better
hold.
when I unmute.
No.
Yeah. Good.
Back to entertain you until we're ready for.
Did you cut out there, Thomas? I don't know.
Am I here?
Your internet is weird.
I accidentally was talking while I had the stream unmuted.
I see.
It just threw me way off.
What'd you guys think of Paul's presentation? I'm a little biased.
Honestly, I'm a little biased too.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I like the discussion in the chat too. That's a very big thing that we do with Chocolatey is we always tell people, even in the demos, if it doesn't meet your needs and it doesn't suit your use case, then don't you don't have to use it. Like definitely, we want you to be happy. We'd rather you be happy with something rather than be unhappy with us. So for sure, try it out, and that's why we give away the trials specifically for Chocolatey for Business, to make it a little bit easier for you to try it out to see if it meets your needs. So always something to consider, but if you have a process that works for you, hey, keep using it.
Yeah, it definitely works for me. I have like a license of it myself.
So Thomas, you're cutting out, man.
Am I? I'm now.
Yeah, it's the whole like push to talk thing. I think you
I'm not even using push to talk. That's
really wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like you are. Corey, is that just me or is it weird?
No, it's probably everybody. Like I can see the thing lighting up when I am, and then
Weird. Okay, that's strange. It just seems that tends to cut off the end of your discussion. Strange. Anyway, yeah, that was a good talk. So we got Stevie coming up. He's gonna do the pipeline stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what he's got going on.
I think it's funny because actually, Mike Zanata posted a little while ago that we're number 4 in science and technology right now on Twitch. So that's kind of cool, guys.
Nice.
Thanks for getting us there. Very
I'm
cool.
I'm curious how competitive that is too, because
I have
I've
no
I've been
idea.
really impressed today. We've been mostly floating between like 250 and 300 viewers like all day, which is super impressive because
Yeah.
it's not reasonable to expect many people will just watch the entire thing all the way
Yeah.
through live. Because like, hey, it's a long day. We got like 11 sessions, and there's people have lives, people have work, people have
Yeah.
stuff going on. And yeah, like
It's
lots of stuff is closed. You can't go out and do a lot right now, so kind of good timing for us for that. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone's support. The engagement in the chat's awesome. The engagement on social media and on the Discord Slack network is awesome. Yeah, just really, really great to have all the support.
yeah, thank you for that. I mean, we really, guys, this wouldn't have even happened without you. So very much, we do this in service of and for the benefit of and at the beck and call of the community, right? So that's why we're all here. That's why we're all sort of posting stuff and writing talks like Corey's furiously doing right now.
Yeah, when's Corey? Is he after Stevie, or is there? Yeah, Corey goes after Stevie. In addition to running the stream, I think he's finishing his slide. Singular.
Singular, yeah. I think mine's is going to be super short too at the end. It's literally going to be a thank you to everybody. But yeah, I'll use this time to say thank you as well. It's been really great. Thanks everybody for the engagement and stuff. I think that we've definitely seen that when the community comes together, we have a big group of PowerShell crew and PowerShell family. So I definitely think this is something we could keep going with. You know, it seems like the community's spoken.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be a lot of support, and as long as we keep getting folks who want to talk and give sessions, then I don't see a ton of reasons why we couldn't keep doing it, other than just organize our resources.
Yeah, as long as Corey is still willing to run the whole show, I'm happy to show up anytime. Cool. Okay, so how much time have we got left up before?
I think it's another 5 minutes. That's
Okay.
the other thing is I don't want to jinx it now, but we've been doing a great job. All the speakers and presenters, I should say, have been doing a great job of staying within the
Staying on
time
schedule.
limits. We
Yeah.
really appreciate that. Like we did not build very much slack into the schedule, and that's for two reasons. One was so we can fit more people in, and the other was because like the more like if we just stopped for an hour in the middle of this, then we'd lose most of you.
Absolutely. No, it's been really, and I think that's been really great because I think the presenters have been in that spot before, so a lot of them are understanding they don't want to be respectful of everybody's time, right? And you don't want to take away from another presenter. So we sort of ask that everybody sticks to that time, but you know, everybody's got to get a fair shake with it. I don't know if you saw
Totally.
this, Thomas. I don't know if you saw this, Thomas, but Corey has now stopped posting in the group DM because we can give him as much shit as we want there. But apparently he started posting in the Twitch chat now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So he's now like um, getting the sympathy of the community, I think, on his side. Yeah.
I'm not sure
I don't
that's a
know.
great thing for us.
Yeah, I feel like we need to control this in some way. Otherwise, you know, he will officially get get a big head about him.
Yeah, it's almost like making fun, poking fun, and roasting the person who has all of the control is a poor choice.
That's true. Yeah, because then he could cut you off at any moment. Speaking of making fun of people, Mike Kanakos is in the chat. I'm just teasing, Mike. I just, I take any opportunity I can. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, I know. I did. I used bad language. Well, luckily that stuff won't be recorded, man. This is just the interstitial stuff. You know.
Yeah, it'll
Go
just
have a
live
drink of
in your
water.
memories forever.
Yeah. And I called him out too, so he's probably going to talk about that for a second. Ha ha ha.
That guy is here, sick roast. Yeah, well, hey, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
If you show up to the power lunches, you'll understand what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, this might be a good time to gently plug the power lunches on Wednesdays at noon Pacific. Adil has been hosting what we're calling Power Lunch, and it's just a group chat in a Zoom call. And it's open invite, but we put a password on it because of
Zoom bombers.
Zoom bombers or whatever they're called.
Mhm.
So you can message either Adil or myself on Wednesdays just before noon Pacific for the password, and there's a short link for it. pwsh.ca/powerlunch. And that link only goes live like a little bit before before noon Pacific. And yeah, password protected. But we just kind of get together and chat, and it's only been going. Have we done 4 or 5 of them now?
Yeah, I think we've done 4 or 5, and it's just battled the social isolation thing, because especially as tech guys now working from home, there is a real challenge there. Some of us did work from home before, but the additional pressure of social isolation, as well as sometimes being at home with the family all the time, you kind of need just sort of a water cooler talk every once in a while, just to chill with your PowerShell homies and see what's going on. So show up there, and you'll see what I mean about teasing my connections, because I tend to be doing that regularly.
It's one of our regular segments.
And the other regular segment, deli updates. We get deli updates from John every time. Yeah, deli life is very important.
If you want to know the status of one deli in Bellingham, Washington, show up Wednesdays at noon Pacific.
Very specific use case. Yeah.
Are we close to being ready for Stevie?
I think so. We're about a minute out, so Corey will give us the okay when he's ready to have Stevie come on. I think we're gonna get cut off in a second.
We'll keep up with the most gentle roast possible then.
Yeah. Let's just call out people in the chat. Oh, hey, Judge Missile. Yeah. That guy does things.
Who else wants a piece?
Yeah. There
Corey
he is.
says, ready? Oh. Yes, we're ready, Corey.
Yeah, he's ready to go. I'll plug PowerShell conference book next chat. Bye.
Yeah.
Give a fair shake to everybody. Yes, please. Hey.
There we go.
I just wanted to do that because I wanted to enjoy cutting Stevie off, because one of the few times I get to do it.
Does it usually go the other way when you guys are working together?
The other way. He usually goes the other way. Yeah, generally he'll shut me up pretty quick because he's deep diving into technical stuff. Generally, I'll be talking other things, salesy things, but he'll be diving deep. That was great, though. That was really good. I enjoyed that dive into Azure DevOps pipelines, because that's definitely one of the things I want to build out for some modules and stuff.
It's an area that I've kind of been living in for a while now.
I bet, eh?
Yeah.
Do you have your PSSA rules kick off with that as well?
I'm sorry?
Do you use your PSSA rules in that as well, like in a test step?
Yeah, you can have build pipelines kick off as PR, as pull request validation gates. And PS Script Analyzer is pretty neat to embed there. Secure deployment of software is sort of my jam lately.
I can imagine. Yeah, for sure. A couple things we need to plug before the next talk, right? Which is Corey anyway. So we can cut into his time if we need to, because we give him a hard time about everything.
The call for authors is open on the PowerShell Conference Book 3, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is. In fact, I'm going to paste it into the chat here because it's a good plug for the PowerShell Conference Book 3. So the editors have already pushed for this a bit. The other people who are editing on the on this book have pinged me a couple of times to mention it. So it's a big one. This always supports the community, our on-ramp scholarships for the DevOps Summit, for PowerShell Summit every year. So definitely a big one. Of course, on top of that, like the PowerShell Conference Book 3, this is the call for authors, but that on LeanPub, the PowerShell Conference Book 2 is available, and all the proceeds for that, of course, go to the on-ramp scholarship as well. So I want to plug that as well. Yeah,
that's right. And like the books don't carry like a theme necessarily, other than like PowerShell. They're not like a traditional textbook, or they're not like a single author book where it's like super cohesive telling a story. It's kind of a something for everyone approach, where there's like, I think this last one had more than 35 authors. It was even pushing 40
I believe
authors,
so,
I want to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so so each author writes a chapter on something that they've got knowledge in, and it makes for a really interesting book, where kind of something for everybody. And yeah, like you said, Adil, the proceeds go to support the on-ramp program for the PowerShell Summit. And yeah, the call for authors for the third book is out. So if you want to be a published author, which is kind of a neat feather in your cap, propose a chapter.
And if you want to have fun with GitHub repos and multiple authors in GitHub repos and editing and
if you want to have fun with
containers.
markdown linting,
yes,
and offer to edit.
Yeah, in Docker containers, right? Yeah, that's always a fun one. Yeah.
I think Corey might be ready.
Oh, he might be ready. Okay, cool. Should we shut up? Yes.
At
okay, cool.
At your convenience, awesome. Corey.
Yep, go for it, sir. Yeah,
transition over to the transition.
Oh. Oh, he who shall not speak. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're back to that. Yeah.
Bye, go Corey. Everybody say bye, Corey.
Bye, Corey. Love you. That's the only positive.
We can still hear you though, Corey.
Yes. Wait. No, he's muted himself.
Okay. Yeah. So, PS.conf book.
PS.conf book,
let's bring that up totally organically and naturally in conversation again.
Great segue. Yeah.
I think did I hear somebody say PS.conf book?
I think I heard that. Yeah, I think I heard about it. Well, why don't you tell me about it, Thomas? Yeah.
Do you have the link to share? Like, still on your clipboard? There you go.
Yes. So that's for 2, and we also have 3. So we have the call papers for that. So why don't you talk about both?
Sure. So yeah, PS.conf book is basically it's not your standard book, right? Like they're big, they're heavy, they're textbooks full of good coding information, all related to PowerShell. But like a single author book is usually pretty cohesive and well thought out, whereas the PowerShell conference books are a little bit more actually like a PowerShell conference in that there's a lot of different authors who each write their own chapter, sort of like they each do their own session, and it's kind of something for everybody sort of atmosphere. So anybody is allowed to submit a proposal for a chapter that they'd be interested in writing. And you can do that at the link that Adil shared in the chat, the bit.ly/PSConf book 3 CFA. And they're always really good chapters. There's always talented authors sharing really good information in there, and like I defy you not to pick one of them up and find something that you didn't already know. Like you're virtually guaranteed to learn something from these books, and then so you can get they're available on LeanPub. PS.conf book 2 is on the LeanPub link that Adil shared earlier, and proceeds from those books go to the PowerShell Summit on-ramp program, which is to help support new people in our industry and underrepresented groups in our industry get this really critical training and networking opportunities. And so it's really worthwhile. If you ever wanted to be a published author and see your name on a book, you can get a physical copy too. Then this is a really good way to do it, and a really altruistic venture. The editors put in a ton of work, and it's really rewarding to write a chapter. And I think we should be about ready for.
Actually, so it looks like Adam might be a little bit delayed because he's actually crashed. So I saw a note in the chat that he got a blue screen, so he's just coming back up. And I specifically will take this moment to mention another thing we'd be remiss not to mention in the chat. So this is a bit of a shameless plug, but Brandon, Dev Black Ops, has an amazing book that he's working on in LeanPub about building PowerShell modules. It's kind of the book that we didn't know we needed until now. Well, we always knew we needed, but nobody was willing to write because everybody's very opinionated about it. So I think it's a really cool effort.
There's a significant amount of bravery going on writing that book, but it looks terrific.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it being done for sure. But you know what? If you go ahead and buy it now on LeanPub, then you're kind of ahead of the game because you'll get it as soon as it's finished. But you get to see the early chapters as well, so you kind of see how the sausage is made. I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, especially like you get to a certain point in your scripting experience and your PowerShell experience, where you go, yeah, I've got a pretty good handle on this. I've got a system down, and you start feeling like you really know what you're doing, and then you pick up a book written by somebody who really knows what they're doing, and you discover a brilliant learning opportunity to get even better. And so,
And you
anytime
get
you feel
humbled at the
like
same time.
yeah, anytime you feel like you're kind of plateauing in terms of knowledge, then look around a little, try a little harder, branch out from the areas that you're already gathering knowledge,
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy that journey of learning new stuff all over again. Like it's a good thing. It's not meant to put anyone down.
Yeah.
It's kind of rewarding. Like I'm sure
Oh,
everybody can
absolutely.
relate to and
Yeah.
remembers an experience where
Mhm.
they learned something new for the first time and put it to use, and it felt really good.
Mhm.
Well, you get to keep chasing that because, not to step on the toes of the keynote I gave, but
Yeah.
we all get to kind of share knowledge and build on each other's skills, and it kind of gets
Mhm.
cyclical and builds momentum.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a big part of this too, because I think I'll share a personal anecdote where for me, having read like Don's book, PowerShell Month of Lunches, and a couple of the early ones in scripting tool making and stuff, I very much felt like, okay, well, I think I have a handle on things. Started showing up in chat, answering questions here and there and stuff in PowerShell Help, and then I think it was either the deep dive books that Bruce Pyatt was a part of, but also like Chris Dent's books, that he writes on the newer versions, and
Yep.
some of his stuff that Chris is doing. It's just really neat. I think I learn something every time when I go through it, and you think you know a lot about this, but certain new things that are coming up and stuff, like it just pays to expose yourself to new stuff. It
Yeah,
really does, and it's
really
humbling
quickly,
because you're like, yeah, go ahead.
really quickly. I think the Bruce Pyatt book is called PowerShell in Action, Windows PowerShell in
Oh,
Action,
yeah,
and
for
maybe
sure.
now we're ready for Adam.
I think we're ready. Yeah. So segue here. See you later.
All right, I'm signing off.
Now we're good. That was a heck of a demo.
Yay.
It's not
I
often that
know.
I have like my entire worldview shifted in less than 45 minutes, but I'm actually excited to try testing a website. Like that's not a sentence I thought I'd ever say, but that was really cool.
Yeah, Adam is just like, he never ceases to amaze me. Every time I hear him talk, I'm like, wow, there's more cool things you're doing with this. And when I saw universal automation the first time, especially after UD, and how much work, I know Stevie from our team does a bunch of work with the universal dashboard stuff just for fun. But like when I saw what universal automation can do, I was like, is there anything that he can't do? Seriously.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of sneak peeks of stuff that Stevie's doing with Universal Dashboard, and it makes me wish I could think of a project that I was willing to dedicate the requisite amount of time to do. Because it looks like it's on a long list of things I want to dig into, but it's increasingly, or it's climbing that list pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. So it looks like we had a winner on the chat too. So Denver 01. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So he gave away a thing. Yeah, nice.
hopefully he's listening and it reaches out to Adam.
That's cool. We didn't have any give. Should maybe plan this next time for stickers or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. What do
yeah,
you think?
stickers would be good, or like heaven forbid we ever engage a sponsor to give something away.
Oh, sponsors. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
I don't know what we'd spend the money on other than like a thing to give away. I'm sure Corey's thinking of like a million things that would make his life a little easier.
I'm sure. Yeah. Can we just start a GoFundMe for Corey and all his hard work on this thing? Because I'm happy to do it. We we kind of should at this point, because we took the advantage of the fact that he's been laid off to like monopolize all of his time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it quite that way.
I mean,
But
I think we definitely capitalized on it. So I think we owe Corey money now. I feel like we do.
We owe him hugs.
Oh yes,
and,
okay.
um,
Our infinite gratitude.
You know, hugs are actually a really important part of Corey's personal economy, and so
I see. So he only
the
wants
reason
hugs.
he
is what you're saying.
doesn't come out to events is because he's worried about not getting hugged.
Ah, I see. That's what it is. And so this must be really hard for Corey, this social distancing, because he's really cut down on the amount of hugs that he can get.
Yeah, and so when we do start meeting face to face again, and
Mhm.
it becomes appropriate to do so, it's going to be very important and critical to hug Corey. This
Yeah,
used to be a
anytime.
joke, actually, that people like Don would do with Jason Helmick, and
Oh
because
yeah.
Jason didn't like getting hugged, so they would go
Yes.
around talking about how important hugs were for him. And
Mhm.
now we're just ripping that off and playing it on Corey.
I like it. I mean, think Jason is one of the most friendly people in PowerShell. So at the same time, it's almost like you want to hug him. He's like a hug in a person.
Okay, I think Corey's ready for us to be done.
Okay, I'm going to shut up. Okay, bye. Transition.
Oh, 2 secs. I forgot one thing to start my video.
Yeah, I can't hear us on the video stream, so I don't think it's that. I think. Oh, I can now. Okay, well. Oh,
You
well, I
guys
was
thought you could get
wrong.
rid of us that easily.
Yep, I'm squarely wrong once again.
You thought you were going to get to hear some really cool content from Michael. And now.
Turns out Australia swallowed him up because everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
Yeah, you see what happened was a kangaroo. No.
Spider.
Oh, there's Mark Krause in the chat. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Good
We've
to
been
see
talking
you,
about
man.
PS Conf Book